All right, so I am heading to another client. I had a break for a few hours for today again. Today I'm going to go see, it's a lab. I like him. He's just like a middle-aged lab, just working on some reactivity and just overall listening, walking, obedience. Then I've got a dog. It's our third session. They've got a new puppy and then they've got an older dog. And I always talk about that. In most cases, you have to do a certain degree of training for the adult dog, both so they can get along properly, integrate in a structured way without agendas driving each other. And then, of course, sorry, I have to get, this car was like not only loud but just weird. You get weird vibes. It was like, oh, there's enough gaps, and it just kept like being like right at my window. Anyway, nonetheless, I'm hyper vigilant. So working on that, getting the dogs to get to. Also, like what happens is the older dog might be like barking at guests or some kind of thing that the puppy will, no matter how much you train them, learn through observation and kind of instinctive draw towards what the other dog's doing, for better or worse. So you don't want that to happen either. So that's why we train. So that's what we have. So that's for tomorrow. I got a day off. I'm going to be getting my brakes. They put brakes on my car back in July, and ever since they've been squeaking. And as it goes, is anytime I come in there for them to check it or during like an oil change, they're like, Brett, we don't hear it, and we took the tires off and saw the brake pads are fine. But then I drive it, and it's always after I drive a little bit. So the other day I actually said, and I said, if I ever have where I'm just passing through without an appointment, can I just come in and you come sit in the car and listen just for a quick trip around the neighborhood? Sure, yeah. So I called them. The guy remembered me. He's like, come on in. And it was grinding, squeaking. And I guess it was just the actual pads, the ones they put on. I mean, they work, but they do get mushy. But there's a warranty and all that. So they're going to replace and put, they said, better quality brakes on. I hope they don't charge me because it's been an inconvenience. But if so, but otherwise I like to take care of my vehicles. Being younger, not doing that, and learning the hard way a few times over when I wasn't responsible and on top of things. But yeah, my little Toyota here, I like to keep it going. I like this little car. I don't know if I'm going to get another car. I'm going to go ADHD now. But I'm thinking of if I do buy a house here in California, which I don't know if I'm going to do yet. Then after all that's done, I might get a new car. I just don't want to put something else on my credit report or a more expensive vehicle on here that I'd be paying for, because this one is pretty reasonable price, and it suits me well. Even for a gas vehicle, it's getting almost 30 miles a gallon. It's a little hatchback, very easy to park, nimble, has different modes, has some like kind of like I can in what do they call it, cruise control. I realized that like I don't have to activate the brakes. Like if I'm in traffic, I can just click it on here, and I have to hold the wheel generally, but like I can kick my feet off the gas and brake, and it'll brake and slow down and sync with the cars in front of it. But what would be nice if I was living far, I've talked about out of the city, the Tesla would be real helpful. A, because I might be living where there's snow, and B, there'd be the self-driving to kind of ease the burden of the traffic and all that, and the heavy duty driving. I don't mind driving. I like driving. It's just the stop and go. Like even here, we just had someone merging over and the car braked, slowed down. I mean, it's not doing it as rapid as the impatient idiots here in California, like they would get on your ass. Like, well, so what? We're all in traffic. We'll deal with it. But yeah, so that's kind of cool. Gives my foot and my hips a break. Anyway, boy, did I digress. How many layers, going into the weeds. But bringing it back, just 4 clients. Usually, like I said, I'm doing now about 15, 20 sessions a week total. I'll do about 3-4 days. Some days I'll do like 1 or 2. But yeah, I mean, I get a break, so I like to go home and spend time with my dogs and just rest my voice and my eat. And I don't really eat out much, so just cook food and take my dogs on a walk and just zone out, take care of some calls, things like that. So that's the... why I like to usually give a break. Where I live now in Calabasas, it's not bad. It's usually 20-30 minutes out of the loop to go do all that and then come back into it. But if traffic like here, it's over an hour to get from where I home to my next appointment in North Hollywood. But then from there, it's like 15 minutes there and then 15 minutes back home later tonight at that time. LA, if you know what I'm talking about. You have to kind of work on traffic. Fortunately, my work, I can do that, but I don't know. All right, there. How's that for a little bit of info? Okay, have a good day.